Show, episode number 423.
Welcome to the Wellness Show. Health. I'm your host, Tyson Bannigan, the founder of the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy. Join me as we get the latest insight, tips, and strategies from wellness providers, coaches, and successful, heart-centered entrepreneurs, and much, much more. Welcome to the Wellness Show on Health, Wealth, and Enlightenment. I'm your host, Tyson Bannigan, and today we carry on our conversation with Dr. Silverman. And today we're talking about intermittent fasting. And we're glad that you're here and joining us as the third in the series about helping you have a more energetic, vital life. And as that is said, we're not getting older, we're getting wiser and biologically younger. So let's start the show.
Thank you, Tyson. This is awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. And I don't know where I'm breaking the secrets or something. I was talking to Tyson and I told him that in about a week, he's going to be a big boy. And he told me that he's going to be older, and I actually negated it. I said, no, you're going to be younger and you're going to be wiser and biologically younger. However, this is the whole concept what we're talking about, guys. We absolutely can get chronologically older and biologically older. It all depends the way we are treating ourselves and the way we're treating our cells. And it's not only as we today we're going to be talking more about food, but again, it's not about food. It's about lifestyle. It's about that happiness. It's about that energy. It is about food. It is about water and hydration. It is about exercise. And then ultimately it's about us. And again and again and again, who are we? We are a lump of cells. We're a lump of 30 plus trillion cells, and we need to take care of every cell. So today we are talking maybe uncomfortable subject for some of us because it includes the word fasting. And we don't necessarily like to fast. The good thing is it's an intermittent fasting. So it's actually not that hard. However, I like it to be committal. I need my commitment. I am on intermittent fasting for probably well over a year now. And I love being on intermittent fasting. Now, let me start with my results. Through my over a year of intermittent fasting and more of a commitment to intermittent fasting, I would say from last fall, I have lost over 20 pounds.
Oh, that's significant.
And the thing is, I am a small person. I am hardly over 5 feet tall, hardly. I call myself 5'1.5". So for me, 20 pounds, that is a big deal.
Yes, it is.
You can see it on me. However, was I intentionally fasting or losing weight? No. I don't lose weight intentionally. It's not about being skinny or being overweight. It's about health. There are quite a few people who are overweight, but they're very, very healthy and they're very content with who they are.
And physically fit, I might add too.
Right, exactly. And there are quite a few very skinny people who are absolutely miserable with their appearance.
Right.
So again, it's about your contentment and your agreement and your love to yourself. I started intermittent fasting because to me, it's a very healthy approach to my cells. And especially, now I'm disclosing my secrets. For a woman of a menopausal age, I need to consider my caloric consumption. And I need to consider my metabolism. Because when a woman goes into menopause and a man goes into andropause. Our cells, they're not as fast in their working wheels as they used to be. The metabolism slows down. When the metabolism slows down, maybe I don't need that many calories. So I started looking into things because I told you previously, I am a very healthy eater since 2005. I not only that I'm a healthy eater, I'm a crazy healthy eater. Like I'm a not obsessed, but it's like it's the health aspect of what I put in my mouth is very important. However, I basically was eating the same patterns of meals, but since, let's say, I would say 2011 and 2012, I started gaining weight. I do the same. I work out a lot,
Mm-hmm.
I did yoga, but I started gaining weight. So I started thinking, what do I do? How can I adjust? What do I do? And learning more and more into cells, I have discovered intermittent fasting. To me, intermittent fasting is not a diet, it's a lifestyle. So I do not eat 3 times a day. I may snack a second time. I basically eat twice a day with a large meal, but it's about the intervals. Now, what is the essence of intermittent diet?
That's a
So,
good question. What is it?
so the essence of intermittent diet is you basically eat when you're hungry. You try to keep yourself cells or yourself per se to the point where you need food. It's not when you were kind of like habitually or
Mm-hmm.
by reflex go to the fridge or to your snack or something, and here comes the comfort foods. When we're stressed, what do? We reach out to comfort food. What is usually the comfort food? It's exactly what we don't eat through intermittent fasting. So now, when you're hungry, your cells are hungry. When the cells are hungry, they want to eat. So the more you kind of extend that, what are they going to eat? They are going to eat, whether you like it or not. So here comes the process of recycling. So when the cells are hungry, aka you give them that period of fasting, they start eating the cellular garbage. So they're basically recycling some. So again, we have our powerhouses, mitochondria. So when the mitochondria becomes old or becomes dysfunctional, it starts breaking down. So those debris are either processed through some, whatever garbage cans of the cells, or they're sitting in the garbage cans of the cells, and they're not excreted because we don't give it a chance to excrete, or our cells are just too dirty, and our carburetors or our cellular vacuum cleaners are not cleaning, and
Right.
our brooms are not wiping or swiping. So when you're hungry and the cell needs food, it starts looking for it. And where does it find it? Sorry to tell you that. Yeah, it finds it in the mitochondria garbage cans.
And so, how long does that process go on
So,
before it's?
so usually the intermittent fasting starts at the interval of 12 hours.
Uh huh.
So we give it 12 hours. And in these 12 hours, you can drink. You can drink water. You can drink sweetened beverages. So you basically can drink your green tea. I don't drink caffeinated beverages because it dehydrates you. You
Right.
drink caffeine and then you pee caffeine. So, during those intervals, it is psychologically good to sort of, substitute your craving for food with liquid. So when you sort of fill your stomach with water, it suppresses your hunger.
So once you have that hunger starting, how effective is it in cleaning your garbage can out? How long does that process go on for?
It's good. It's good. That's when you give it 12 hours, because by 12 hours your cells are hungry and they want food.
All
So
right, so it's already
I don't know when I actually don't know when they start eating your garbage. Maybe
right.
they start cleaning at 8 hours, maybe at
Yeah,
nine. I simply don't know.
right.
But the
But the
longer
point is
you,
that the cells are hungry in 12 hours and they're already
that's
processing the
right.
garbage.
In 12 hours, they already, like in 12 hours, you can start eating food because your cells actually took care of the garbage. They're not
Right,
hungry because they ate it. And it's not that they're eating cellular garbage per se, they're eating fragments of mitochondria. They're not eating excretions or anything. No,
right.
they're eating good stuff. But what it does, not only the cells are eating that stuff that doesn't belong in the cell anymore, they're cleaning, so they're stimulating the cell to make new stuff, new mitochondria, more vibrant mitochondria, young mitochondria that gives you more energy.
So that's sort of the anti-aging process then is
Absolutely, absolutely. It is called, so eating sort of my destruction of mitochondria, and eating your mitochondria is called mitochondria. It's called
yeah,
mitophagy. Mitochondria, phagy, eating. So it's mitophagy. There's another term that is sort of goes together with mitophagy, which is called autophagy. Autophagy meaning eating self. So the cells are eating the cells.
right.
So, and that's how you basically inadvertently cleaning your cells and recycling.
So when do you do your 12 hours?
So now it's an awesome question, Tyson. Why? Because at minimum, so I want to leave myself at least 2 to 3 hours between my last meal and when I go to bed.
Okay.
That's my goal. And I like,
Why is that?
for example, now it is 4:13 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in Edmonton. So I will be done with you at about 5 p.m. So between 5 and 6, I have to have my last meal. And to me, it's a little bit kind of like late. I actually like to have it between 4 and 5, or sometimes between 3 and 4 when I entirely skip my lunch.
Right.
So then I give myself 4 or 5 hours before I go to bed. So I am going to bed on more or less empty stomach, meaning that when you go to bed on a full stomach, guess what happened while you're sleeping? Your body is processing that food. So your cells are not resting. Your
Right.
system is not resting. You want your system to rest.
Right.
How and what to me I like to go earlier because then I can start eating earlier.
So does
Because
that mean that if your cells are processing food, you're not having as deep a sleep then, I guess, because it's
that's
busy.
absolutely right. You wake up with a heartburn. You just not sleeping as deep and restful. That's a whole. There's this another aspect of a beauty of going to bed on an empty stomach.
Right.
And that's why you need to eliminate all that midnight snacking and all those go to bed before go to bed snacking. No chips, no nothing, no nuts, no, even no fruits.
Hmm.
I mean, do I cheat? Yeah. I mean, if I have on Saturday, I have my yoga training till 5 p.m. So I will get home at least by 6. And I want to have dinner with my husband. So my last meal on Saturday will be around 8 p.m.
Right.
I will not go to bed before 10. So I will still give myself 2 hours. But this is not my rest. I would
Right.
much rather have my last meal. And again, being Russian, it's hard for me to fast
Yeah. I mean, your
a
Russian
very,
diet, a
very long
Russian
period.
diet's not that way at all.
Not at all, but also I love food. As a Russian, I love food.
Yeah.
So, for example, having a full day of yoga training and mental exercises and stuff, and then deny myself, actually put myself through fasting, which may be biologically so beneficial. I give my brain a break. It's basically my brain more than my body
Right.
telling me, enjoy, just have some fun, get some food. So
Oh, yeah.
that's why. But the thing is, to go to bed on a full stomach, that is such a bad, a wrong idea.
Yes, and I know with the Russian diet, you've got a lot of things going against you because of your desire and interest in what it is that,
Right. I mean, I love food. I love food. I'm a foodie. I may not eat it, but I will talk. I've got food encyclopedia. I've got cheese encyclopedia. I love food.
yeah,
I watch cooking shows. This is my fun. So, I don't eat it because, as I said, I'm a very healthy eater. But food to me is a big deal. It's a pleasure.
yeah, yeah, and I can see that with a Russian background. Certainly for me, having been around Russian Dukovor people, food was a big event, right?
It's a big deal for us. It's
Yeah, it's a big
also
event.
a
It's a
big deal.
social event.
It's a social event. It's a pleasure event.
Yeah,
And I'm a Russian that obviously doesn't diet, considering that I'm a vegetarian and stuff, and I'm doing intermittent fasting, and I'm basically gluten free, so I don't eat products that contain gluten. That's
right.
another thing. It's all about health and about, yeah, it's about health.
So when is your first meal, or what is your first meal, and what is your when
Okay,
and what is your first
right,
meal?
right. Amazing. Now, before that, because I've included this in sort of a handout. Now, I like to sort of, tell people, don't go bananas, don't start your fasting with 24 hours. I
Right,
mean, don't torture yourself. 12 hours is very, very sustainable. It's very doable, it's very sustainable, and you don't need to increase your intervals in the first week. No, give yourself a break. Give, at least, if you are committed to yourself for a week, eating only with 12 hours period, that's awesome. So now, people start again. People do different things in terms of their first meal. What I love, and again, because I love food and I love berries, so my breakfast includes some berries, some nuts, something that is very, very green, whatever green it is. And sometimes I treat myself to a very healthy chocolate because chocolate is my morning thing. This is however, my chocolate is different from the majority of people chocolate. I don't do Hershey kisses.
no,
I
I
do
don't.
kisses. I do kisses. I don't do Hershey kisses.
Right,
So my chocolate is either bitter chocolate, 100% chocolate, or my chocolate is at the minimum 90% plus chocolate. So
right.
even 70% for me, it's not good enough. But for a beginner, for a starter, 70% chocolate is good.
And
And
you use chocolate because it fires you up, right?
well, I do chocolate for a lot of reasons. Number one, I am a massive chocoholic,
Yeah,
and I don't deny it. I admit it. I love chocolate. Now, my chocolate is a raw, organic chocolate, meaning that when it is processed in churn, it is not heated over 106 degrees Fahrenheit, which preserves what is chocolate? Antioxidants.
right,
Huge. However, when you heat chocolate and when you make a glossy, shiny, commercialized chocolate, it still has antioxidants, but it loses that volume and value of antioxidants. You said the chocolate gives me a boost. Yeah, I'm sure chocolate gives me a boost. Why? Because there's some ingredient in chocolate that boosts you up in the morning. It's called theophylline.
hmm,
Absolutely. But chocolate is also full of polyphenols. Chocolate is medicine. It's amazing. It gives me endorphins. It makes me happy.
well, certainly to the Mayans, chocolate was really
Oh,
important.
absolutely. There are so many studies, not only on Mayans, but on people who live in South America, out in the mountains and stuff. they drink or they eat at minimum 2 ounces of chocolate every day. Again, their chocolate is different from Lady Godiva, and I'm talking high end and Hershey Kisses, and I'm not even bothering talking just garden variety, generic milk chocolate. And
Right.
milk chocolate doesn't even cross my mind. That's
No, it
not even
doesn't need it.
that's not
No.
even chocolate.
Yeah, not for me either. So, what time is this?
So
About.
where do I start? So I usually like my breakfast to be after 9 a.m. So
Yeah.
let's say yesterday my last meal was at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So today my first meal was at 9 a.m. So
Uh,
12 plus 4, I gave myself 16 hours.
mm,
So however, I'm not stuck. I'm stuck on now at this stage, I'm stuck on 13 hours. I'm stuck on 13. If it's 12, it's perfect. For me personally, it has to be 13.
uh-huh. It just works
And
best for you. Is that right?
it works best. And I like once or twice a week, give myself 16 hours, sometimes 18 hours. And
Wow.
I'm still thriving. I know that a lot of people, when they do intermittent fasting, it's awesome to give 1 day a week, 24 hours fast.
Mm,
It's very, very doable. It's just, and I've done it. It just, again, I'm a sissy. I love food. So that's what it is.
right. So, so is it important what other meals you're eating? It really just is that
Oh,
rate.
absolutely, absolutely, it's important. Absolutely, it's important. So let's say, I don't have any medical conditions, so I allow myself per se carbohydrates in my meals, but all my carbohydrates, they come from fruits and veggies.
Right.
Like I don't have sugar in my diet other than 90% plus chocolate, which is sweetened on or raw organic coconut sugar. And raw organic coconut sugar has a complete different degree of sweetness.
Right.
And it also has a different nutritional composition. So I allow myself through the meals, if I want carbs, my carbs are coming from berries or they come from fruits in season. So now, for example, I'm obsessed with nectarines, like the last nectarines from BC.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they're done, I probably on my fruits, I will be concentrating on berries because again, I'm a chocoholic and I'm a berryholic.
Right.
I love my blueberries and I love my whatever is in season, but blueberries I
Right.
love.
Well, we're just finishing off our blackberries. We had a tremendous
Oh
blackberry.
my goodness, amazing. Blackberry is the nutritional factory. So, what I don't eat, and this is me, and that's what I like to teach if you can, like no processed foods. So,
Right.
if you do intermittent fasting and there's a health issue, so try to concentrate on veg, on great animal protein, and on great fats. Whether these fats are coming from animal source or these fats are coming from a plant-based source.
So what sort of fats from plant-based do you
Okay,
recommend?
from plant-based, it's olive oil. Well, like plant-based fats,
Yes.
nuts and seeds.
Right.
And what I like, I honestly like, let's say, you can cook with avocado oil. Awesome, because it's a high burning point.
You have to be
So
careful.
it doesn't go rancid and stuff. It doesn't oxidize. But I don't particularly cook much with avocado oil. I just eat avocados.
Right.
It's the
Uh,
same thing. People, let's say, do hemp seed oil. I don't do hemp seed oil. I do hemp seeds.
right.
People do flaxseed oil. I don't do flaxseed oil because it's rancid. I do flax seeds.
Right. So do you do smoothies?
I do smoothies. Absolutely. I do smoothies. You bet. Do
Yeah.
you want me to give you the example of my smoothie?
Sure. Why not? I think smoothies are amazing.
Oh, smoothies are amazing. So again, smoothies, it's like, to me, food per se, it's like a love-hate relations. It's like there's a period where I'm obsessed with smoothies and I
Yeah.
want them, and then I play with them, and then boom, I'm done. No
Right.
smoothies, done.
You don't do them again.
No. Then I, give it a
Do
period.
something else for a
Like
while.
it's like now I'm eating peaches, and as soon as peaches are out of season, I can't even look at a peach.
Right. Yeah.
So
So in
smoothie,
season is really important. We talked about this before,
right?
and it's not regionally.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
The
regionally.
problem, yeah, the problem is how we live and stuff. It's very hard to be in season because of availability and per se. Blueberries are not in season, but I will eat blueberries. Like you know, just
Right.
just because I'm not going to deny myself.
Right.
And if I eat every only seasonal stuff, I'm not going to put myself on the potatoes because the potatoes are the only thing that's in season.
Right.
I don't eat potatoes because potatoes is it's a starch and it converts into carbohydrates, refined carbohydrates or glucose very fast and furious.
Are you sure you're Russian?
Yeah, I'm very
Uh,
sure Russian.
Pierogi, mashed potatoes,
I know, and
sour
I can
cream.
make you deadly mashed potatoes. I can make you mashed potatoes like you won't believe.
I know. In pierogi and with nice cream on top,
I can make it
melted
with
butter.
organic butter.
Yeah,
Smooth, creamy mashed potatoes. You're going to be licking your fingers.
that's right.
So,
Yeah,
and the thing is, per se, once in a while to cheat. If you're healthy, that's fine.
right.
Now, because see, the thing is, what I believe is the quality of your product and your food applies to the taste of your food. If
Absolutely.
I have the best carrots, which I do, I don't need to do much to this.
No,
There's
you
no
don't.
spice. There's
Yeah,
no spice. There's no nothing. I put them in a roasting tray. That's how I roast my carrots. I put them in a roasting tray, and I do nothing with them. There's no salt. There's no nothing. There's no oil because these carrots are outstanding. Boom! They go in a roasting tray. They're going for in the oven. When
yeah.
they're done, if I need to spruce it up and do something, I will. It's like I don't destroy things. I try to bring up the flavors.
So do you steam things?
Oh, absolutely, I do
Yeah,
steam things. Let's say cruciferous,
yeah,
kale.
yeah.
Kale is
Oh, kale's
basically
one of my favorite.
more beneficial when it is steamed. However, I love roasted kale, not a burnt one, because it gives a crunch. So how do I roast my kale? I do extra virgin olive oil. And people tell me, oh, it's going to burn and stuff. But then I'm thinking about which is the healthiest diet, proven, propagated by American Heart Association, by a whole bunch of research and meta-analysis and human studies. It's an olive oil. It's a Mediterranean diet.
Yes,
And
yeah.
when people Mediterranean, who live in Mediterranean, they eat right. They eat right. Really do the Mediterranean diet full of fruits and vegetables and let's say nuts, seeds, and fish. They live very long.
Yeah.
So that's why let's say love kale, and I make smoothies with kale. If I make a smoothie, I love kale in my smoothies. So
Yeah,
I
me
do
too.
smoothie, I do kale, and then I add blueberries. My main thing about smoothies is not to overload it because I overload it. I put like a lot of things.
So have you made kale chips?
I made my own kale chips.
We make kale chips here.
The only thing is I'm lazy to make proper kale chips because I make lazy kale chips. I
Uh-huh.
put kale chips in a dehydrator, kale chips, a little salt, I mean a lot of salt, pepper, and olive oil in the dehydrator. And then I go to a friend of mine who makes delicious kale chips with nut butters. So she
Uh-huh.
makes a spread with, but then it's dirty. You have to clean the trays. You have
Don't
to
tell my partner that. Don't tell Sarah that. She does that.
so that's why it's like somebody else can give it to me. Awesome. Will I
Right.
make no? So that's the thing. I love food. I play with food. Food is my love, and
Yeah.
I play with healthy food, and that's why per se every time sort of I play around, and then intermittent diet. The interesting part about intermittent diet classically is actually not calorically restricted. it has been proven that if per se whatever you ate, and I'm sure a lot of us just overeat, so just minimize it a little bit, but put the same number of calories with intermittent diet pattern,
Hmm.
and you feel healthier and you lose weight. It's proven. These are studies. It's not like I'm telling you this.
Well, I'll have to try it because I know that I'm losing weight. I'm walking 5 kilometers every second day. That's 75 kilometers in a month. I'm doing a little bit of weightlifting, not as much now. I've just got rubber bands, but and I eat and I'm a vegan pretty well. But I think that the next step really to deal with the weight and just the energy level is to try the intermittent
That's
fasting.
correct. And that's per se, that what happened to me. It's like I exercise like 5, 6 times a week.
Yeah,
And I ate so healthy, but the weight was climbing up on me. So I
right.
needed to do something. So I absolutely love my intermittent fasting. I do love. And then what I started learning doing intermittent fasting is listen to the body.
Mhm.
Listen to the body. Like, really try not to overeat. Because when you eat at sort of, wider intervals,
Right,
your stomach, it's not that it's shrinking, but it kind of gives you signals you're done.
right,
So when you're done, stop, you're done.
right.
Which is the
No second helpings, eh?
yeah, no, so which is the hardest part for Russian to be done with food. Again, I grew up with if the plate is full, you need to finish it. Don't
That's
waste
right,
your don't
absolutely.
waste don't waste your food. Don't
No,
waste. Don't throw the food out.
no. And there's always too much on the table.
Yeah, especially with Russians. Now
Right,
the thing is, and I gave you sort of, for example, a beautiful example of morning. Actually, go now. See, I don't do cereals. I
right.
don't do cereals. I don't teach cereals because it's all processed. It's processed. So, and then all cereals, it's your carbohydrates.
Yeah, I do cereal, so I need to work on that.
So what I did, well, I basically, and that's what I learned from my mentors. And the great teacher of mine is Dr. Naisha Winters, and she's an author of amazing book, Metabolic Approach to Cancer. So, and she blasts me because she doesn't really like vegans. So, like, I know. So her breakfast, for example, is let's say a beautiful omelet with a free range eggs. So you can stick whatever veg you want in the omelet. You can do spinach, you can do kale, you can do cabbage, you can do carrots and so anything,
Right,
and then or you just do like eggs, and then on a bed of some sort of veg. And then if you want, you can do just veg. Even in the morning, get yourself a nice slice of wild salmon or sardines, because that will give you amazing. So now I'm kind of leaning more towards ketogenic diet, more kind of healthy fats diet,
right,
less carbohydrates. So this is your breakfast. And if you want something sweet, get your berries. Or for example, do healthy breakfast with yogurt. But make sure it's not a commercial yogurt,
right,
because when you start reading the labels of a commercial yogurt, there is so much garbage in it.
right,
There's good commercial yogurt, it has to be organic, it has to be plain. It just has to be plain, because everything else you can make it. You don't
right,
need to buy a yogurt with peaches. No, you can have yogurt, sliced peaches, and put them in your yogurt. And
right,
you don't need to buy sweetened yogurt from a grocery store, because yes, it is sweet, it's kind of sugary thing, but you get yourself raw, organic, beautiful bees honey. Well, especially in BC or in Alberta, you
hmm,
can have an amazing honey. So make yourself a beautiful bowl of yogurt and jam it with some berries or some fruits. Get some nuts in there or some seeds in there. Get yourself some flax seeds in there, or hemp seeds or chia seeds. You've got a very plentiful, calorie rich, nutrient dense breakfast.
sounds wonderful.
And if
So
you don't like veggies, so this is your breakfast without veggies, and it's yum and it's sweet.
sounds great. So what do you think about, I've been for the last year or longer doing hot water 1 hour before I eat.
Awesome, awesome. People do that, and people do whether it's hot water, whether it's a cold water. People do lemon water. People wake up and they just before anything they have a nice tall glass of clean water with lemon and let's say apple cider vinegar.
Yeah,
And
we have apple cider vinegar in ours, I think, every second day. But
there
we
you
have,
go. When you cleaning yourself, it's funny because funny enough, both apple cider vinegar and lemons they're sour. So it's like when you taste it, it's kind of acidic, but they alkalinize. They clean, they alkalinize your cells.
right.
So that's again, see, this is a personal preference. Like, let's say you like it, it's not me at all. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
you
I
need to
just read
find
so many benefits. There's so many benefits.
correct. You need to find your niche,
Right.
your niche to health.
Yeah, what feels right to you, right?
Correct, exactly. But it has to be a bit. I mean, if what is this? Corn. What is this? Not corn chips. Corn flakes. If Kellogg's cornflakes, kind of, that's your niche, it's a wrong niche. That is a wrong niche.
Hmm.
The funny part, about Dr. Kellogg. Do you know about Dr. Kellogg?
I can't remember what it is, but
Dr. Kellogg was a medical doctor. And he started the thing. It was absolutely, it's for health. It was in his sanatoriums for patients, and he developed very healthy food, which was just converted into something else. It's the same thing about Coca-Cola.
right.
Coca-Cola was invented as a very healthy drink.
Well, it's good for cleaning toilets now.
And removing rust
Exactly.
from your car
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah. Well, what else do we need to say about this topic? I think this is really, really interesting and very useful.
So yeah, I'm looking at my no. So guys, give yourself 30 days challenge. So start your first week on 12 hours. Don't cheat. Start
Right.
yourself on 12 hours. Then second week, go a few days 12 hours, one day 14 hours or 13 hours. And just play with this. And if you want to test yourself whether you're getting actually ketones, go to the pharmacy and ask for ketone strips.
Right. Well, I'm just going to do a shout out for those that are interested in learning more about all these topics. That we are opening the class up again, the certification class for dowsing and energy healing. So if you would like to know how to heal yourself and help heal others and your loved ones through dowsing and energy healing, that class is available. Also, boots on the ground geomancy, if you want to work with angels, elementals, working with the earth angel, working with the earth energies, removing trauma, then that class is open as well. I think that these three series with Dr. Silverman, we're going to be in the advanced deep clearing protocol, because once you energetically have that energetic clearing, that bath for your energy body, you want to do the next step is you want to do this energetic cleansing for your body, which she's talking about with this intermittent fasting and taking care of your cells. And so I think this is an important addition to the whole idea of how to be healthy by taking care of yourself. By if you take a bath or a shower every other day, why wouldn't you do the same for your energy field? And why wouldn't you do that for your cells?
Absolutely. Most definitely. Most definitely. And then there's another thing that we absolutely need to discuss is your microgut or your microbiota.
Right.
How to live together with our friends. We are full of bacteria, viruses,
And yeah.
bacteria, viruses, protozoa. We are full of this stuff. And we need to keep it healthy. We need to live with them as one family.
Yeah, and I think people don't understand that, particularly with COVID-19. We get the virus. Look, we've always had viruses. Viruses are part of our transmutation as
Our
humans, as
virus
part
is
of
a
our
part of
evolution.
our virus is a part of our ecosystem. They
Yes,
are part of an ecosystem. So if we are a part of ecosystem with bacteria, viruses, fungi, so what do we need to do? We need to live healthy and we need to have beautifully healthy, robust immune system.
exactly. And that means when you do things like terramycin, or when you have to take uh, chemicals like that in your body, you're killing everything in your gut. So it can be really, really detrimental. So not saying don't take those things when you have to take them, but remember it's like a nuclear holocaust in your gut. So you're going to have to really rebuild your gut flora and fauna. It's a living community that needs to be taken care of. So very important topic.
Extremely important topic. Yeah, microgut or microbiota, because it's not just about our probiotics in the gut, it's about everything.
Yeah, and it's part of the three brains, right? We feel things like they say, I just have this gut feeling about so and so and such and such. It's part of your aha, it's part of your intuition, it's part of your advanced warning system is your gut. Your gut is your really an emotional center where you feel grounded or connected or alive to everything around you. And if your gut's out of whack, you're out of whack. So
Amen. Amen. But the thing is, again, for our microgut to be healthy, the gut has to be healthy. And our gut is the cornerstone of every other organ health. Because without gut, how are you going to feed the body?
all right, it sounds like that's our next topic is healthy guts.
Healthy gut is one of my favorite, absolutely by far.
All right, so we'll see you next week. Tune in and we're going to talk about healthy guts.
That is awesome.
All right, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you. Listen, I am so grateful, guys. Tyson, I'm so grateful for the opportunity given me. It also stimulates me to learn more and create a plan. We're already building a 30 days course. And, no, I will see you next Monday. Then I can wish you something else on Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to do healthy guts, healthy people. It's really important. This series is important for you to learn how to not only energetically clear your body, but have a healthy, wealthy future life, right? So
absolutely.
that you get
absolutely.
So you're youthing, not aging.
And we may even tie up again the microgut and the gut. Same thing with the pattern of food, obviously patterns of food and intermittent fasting.
Right.
Because unhealthy mitochondria equals unhealthy microgut.
Right. So if you have any comments or feedbacks, or if you want to tell us about how it's been going on this week coming up with your intermittent fasting, please let us know and give us feedback whether you're enjoying the show. So until next week, same time, same place, be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Bye for now.
For quality online wellness products, courses, and services, visit our sponsors, thewellnessstore.ca and the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy located at thewellnessacademy.ca. To stay in touch, visit us at thewellnessshow.ca. And until next time, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.